What's up, YouTube? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Shane, and today, guys, we got some news. We're going over some technical analysis. We're checking out what's going on with Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, checking out everything today, guys. So, just stay tuned and stay locked in and check the video out. Bang. Checking this article out from CNBC, which was published on the 15th of October. The headline in the SEC is set to allow the first Bitcoin futures ETF to begin trading, sources say, guys. So, this article was written by Thomas Frank. So, some of the key points in this article: the SEC is set to allow the first US Bitcoin futures exchange traded funds, otherwise called ETF. And there was a person who got connections with the SEC who told regulate CNBC the regulators isn't likely to block ETF proposal by ProShares and Invesco, which are based on futures contracts. And the last but not least one is Bitcoin traded north of 60K on Friday, its highest level since April 17th. On speculation, the SEC would give the green light for the ETF funds. So jumping into this article, the SEC is set to allow the first US Bitcoin futures traded funds to start trading next week. These are rumors, guys. It's not have been officially confirmed. So uh, this is a landmark victory for cryptocurrency industry that has long been waiting for this permission from Wall Street's top regulator, according to a person familiar with the matter. Specifically, the person said the SEC isn't likely to block the ETF proposal by ProShares and Invesco, which are based on futures contracts and were filed under mutual funds guidelines that the SEC Chairman Gary Gensler thinks offer investors significant protection against things like fraud or hacks or pump and dump schemes, which normally took place in the crypto space. That's what this is going to be a huge victory for cryptocurrency going forward in 2022 and beyond. And you can see on the charts that this has already been priced in. Continuing with the article, the person familiar with the SEC decision making asked not to be named since the discussions are private and pending, which is fair in my perspective. An SEC spokesperson did not respond to CNBC request for comments. Representatives for Invesco's and ProShares also did not immediately answer emails seeking these comments. So you guys need to understand that they're not gonna just after they're finishing making their moves and do what they have to do so they could be more profitable than us, then they're gonna be releasing this news that it's beneficial. But you guys can see the price has been booming over the past week for cryptocurrency based on this news when it's been released. So those guys behind the scenes are making their moves to get in the best position. Then they release these news. So Bitcoin traded north of 60K on Friday, the highest level it's been since April 17th. Based on speculation, the SEC would give the green light for the first ETF. The world's largest cryptocurrency by market value is up about 40% in October alone and is approaching its all-time high about 65K. The fund launch will mark the conclusion of a years-long crusade by the almost 7 trillion ETF industry to persuade the SEC to research and sanction an EF, ETF related to cryptocurrency. So you can see, guys, the ETF markets, if you guys could look right here, is $7 trillion. ETF industry is $7 trillion. That's a whole lot of money. And with this Bitcoin future, once it's been approved, I think that's gonna go up. I think that's gonna double with time. So, however, the ProShares and Invesco funds will offer investors indirect ways to invest in Bitcoin. So that's not giving you full access to Bitcoin, but this is also giving you protection against frauds on Bitcoin. Instead of holding Bitcoin, instead of holding Bitcoin on like a platform like Robinhood or Coinbase or whatever, where hacks can take place or that this and that, but you know what I'm talking about. Continuing the article, the ETF are based on Bitcoin futures that already trade on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Bloomberg News first reported that the SEC is set to allow the Bitcoin futures ETF to begin trading. Many others are eager for a pure play ETF backed by physical Bitcoin, though a decision on those funds are not expected for months to come. Investors say those direct funds circumvent the high cost of rolling into futures contracts, which don't adequately track the spot price of Bitcoin. The SEC, for much of the past decade, argued that volatility and fraud throughout the crypto space made ETFs and other funds risky to approve, which is right. So that's why we need some regulation now for the crypto industry going forward. And regulation for crypto is good in some ways. Like, look, for example, when cars was first coming out, we needed seatbelt regulations, indicators, headlights, or whatever to make cars more safer for people to drive. And then cars start took it over. So I expect the same thing for cryptocurrency going forward in 2022 and beyond. So guys, if you don't understand what a future contract is, I'm gonna break that down for you. What are futures contracts? Futures are derivative financial contracts that obligate the parties to transact an asset at a predetermined future date and price. The buyers must purchase or the sellers must sell the underlying asset at a set price regardless of the current price at expiration date. So what that means is you have to do it. That's basically what that means. You made a commitment to either buy or sell at the specific price in the future. So how that is different from an option is on an options contract, you got the options to buy or sell the underlying assets. You have the options, which is in futures contract is like you make an agreement that, hey, I'm gonna do this at this time, and you have to fulfill that commitment that you make. It's not like you have the option to buy or don't buy within the option contract. Option contracts give you the option to either buy or sell or do whatever you want with it, or you can let it expire. That's the difference between an option contract and the futures contract. In the futures contract, you have no choice. You're obligated to do it. You have no choice to do it. You have no choice but to fulfill your order that you had with the contract, whatever it may be. So this is a bit more risky for future contract. I don't really play futures contracts. Futures contracts are for mostly institutional investors and stuff like that. So I don't really get involved with futures contracts. I'll stick to the options contract. I like that better, or hold the underlying. assets or whatever it may be. So that's how future contracts work, and that's why I think this is very bullish for cryptocurrency. If this um, gets approved by the SEC, and if it doesn't get approved by the SEC, we might see a little bit of retracement on the reflecting on the charts, and I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't watch that if the SEC don't approve the future contracts. I wouldn't really watch that. We'll just get a little bit of retracement, and we are already on the uptrend based on what I show you guys on the charts. So you will see. So yeah, that's clearly explains what future contracts are. So now we're going to be taking a look into the charts. So we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Doge and see what's going on in the crypto space and how we're looking for this week. And we're looking for the news on the future contracts by the SEC. So just stay tuned and stay locked in, and let's check out what's going on the charts. So guys, looking at the Bitcoin chart, you can see where these moves are very bullish with this news about the Bitcoin futures possible coming out soon. So on this chart, you can see how that news has been reflected and priced in. So you see that Bitcoin recently broke through that 60,000 resistance level that we have right here. You can see that it almost hit 64K. I think it went as high as about 62K, something like that. You can see how it's reflecting on this chart. And as you can see, we're on the daily time frame and looking down on the RSI. You can see right here down on the RSI that it's trending down, or maybe it's going in a consolidation phase up here, or maybe it's gonna try to retest about 56K. Maybe some profit taking is happening. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it plays out coming in next week and see what pattern is developed on the chart. So if you go to my previous video, which I'm gonna be linking up below, you can see where I was talking about the technical areas that we need to see Bitcoin hit, and now we have it here. So if you take a look at that older video, you will see what I'm talking about. So yeah, guys, right now we're just waiting for Bitcoin just to play out coming this week and see what happens. Uh, my opinion is we might get a little rejection, maybe some consolidation up in between like the 58 or the 59 and the 62 level for Bitcoin before we see that next push to 64. As you can see, my technical indicators that I got, which I'm using the RSI and the alligator, you can see that price is way above the green trend line on the alligator, which is an indicator to show that there is bullish momentum going on the chart, and you can also see that in the price action. So we just need a retest on these indicators or maybe some consolidation happening in between this area for Bitcoin, guys. And yeah, if you're a Bitcoin holder, you should be feeling nice. You should be feeling confident that Bitcoin is definitely gonna break out from all-time highs. By the end of the year, maybe it'll be sitting around between 80 to 100K based on my perspective. So now we're gonna move on and take a look at another chart. So looking at the Ethereum chart right now, as you guys can see, Ethereum is in an uptrend and the chart is looking beautiful. You can see that rejection right on this level, right on this 3900 level, that there's been rejection twice right here on the right. I mean, once right here on the right and another one on the left. So making it twice, it got rejected at this level. And it also got rejected at this level over here on the first run up, as you guys can see. So right now there's a little bit of retracement going on with the Ethereum chart. Let me make that a bit more clear for you. So looking down on the RSI, guys, you can see the RSI is trending down right here. So there is some weakness in the buy-in. So there's just some profit taking going on the Ethereum chart right now. Looking back at my older video, guys, which I'm going to be pinning up top, you guys could check that video out and you could see the first chart I have up, and you could compare it with this chart right now, and you could see what I was saying. So right now there's just a little bit of retracement taking place on Ethereum, just some consolidation. This is on the daily time frame, just a bit of cool off before the next leg up. Once it breaks the 4,000 level, once it breaks this level, it's gonna test an all-time high of 4,300. So you guys just need to be patient with this and give it the next few days to play out. Once the RSI cool off a little bit, once the indicator that I have up, which is the alligator, once there's some sort of consolidation around this level with the alligator indicator, you should see the next leg up to 4,000. Once it stays above this green trend line that I have right here, which is bullish momentum trend line, once there's a trend up above these next two lines on the alligator, that means there's bullish momentum going on. So I think there might be a little bit of retracement just to touch and consolidate above the green line, which is an indicator for bullish momentum going up. And the blue line on the alligator represents a downward movement once it's above the green line, which I'm going to be showing you over on this side right here, guys. So if you could look and see, once there was a cross over, the blue was trending above all these next two lines. You see that there was a downward spiral going on with price action coming all the way down to the lowest point of 1600. And once the green line broke above, you can see that the bullish momentum started to take in place, which is going on right now, as you guys can see. So once the green line is trending up, that means we have a bullish momentum, a bullish move. And once the blue line is trending down, as you guys see, once there's a cross between the blue and the orange and the green, and the blue line is on the top, there's going to be a downward spiral coming for price and the movement on this chart. So this is the Ethereum chart, guys. You can see it's looking very nice, very, very good. So just hold your position, hold your assets, and buy on the dips. That's all I could tell you. You guys see that the SEC is about to approve Bitcoin ETF maybe. So there's great things happening in crypto right now. So yeah, let's take a look at Dogecoin and see what is going on with Dogecoin next. Taking a look at Dogecoin chart now, guys, you can see what's going on with price action. So over the past, this is on the daily time frame. So over the past month or so, maybe about 30 days, you guys could see all the price action that Dogecoin was playing on this chart. And I drew this pattern right here. This is what I expect Dogecoin to do coming in the year and 2022. This is what I expect from Dogecoin once it follows this pattern. And I'm gonna go back and show you guys when I drew this pattern. I drew this pattern a few days ago. This is the first of the pattern that I drew. As you guys can see, this is when Dogecoin was sitting at 20 cents, and this was on September 30th, as you guys can see right there. So yeah, that's when I drew that pattern, and we definitely see that pattern playing out. So right now on the daily time frame, we see that there is some rejection going on right here. See that there's some rejection going on, and we can see the RSI is coming down. So once the RSI come down, I'm looking for another trend up to break the 24 level resistance level that we have been facing for the past few days. So as you see, the RSI is clearly in a downtrend, which is going to bring it into a oversold territory. And once once that happens, we're going to get some buyers in, and with some volume that's going to push the price to break the 24 level of resistance that we have been facing for about a week or so ago. So this is Dogecoin chart, guys, and you clearly see what's going on. So on these levels, you can clearly buy. You can clearly take a buy. If you're gonna trade it, you're gonna take a buy right here, and you might get some resistance once you hit that 40 level right here, about 35, 40 level. You might get some resistance on that level, which we did have over here on this side. We did get rejected once it hit this level. I think it's a what? It was about 35 or so. So for me, I'm just holding Dogecoin for the long term. I just buy on the dips and I just accumulate and dollar cost average my position in Dogecoin because cryptocurrency is the future and it's going to be crazy, crazy next year and coming for the future for cryptocurrency. So very, very bullish. So I'm just watching and seeing, being patient, and let's see if Dogecoin is going to follow this pattern that I drew out on this chart. And we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated and inform you guys what's going on, any news, anything that's going on in the market. Definitely got to keep you guys informed. Any chart, anything you want me to look at, just let me know, and I'll give you my technical analysis. This is the end of the video. I hope you like content. Just give the content a like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you like the content, and stay tuned for few further videos. And take care, guys, and peace out. I'll see you in the next one.